Hi, thanks for joining us right here on Bernama Today. Tehmina, Kaoosji, Jessy, Chahal taking you through our final interview for the day, our highlight segment. And of course, we have a very special guest in the studio joining us today.
That's right. We have with us today Datin Umayal Eswaran, who's the chairperson for RYTHM Foundation, to tell us a little bit more about this foundation, what they have been doing with regards to gender equality as well as Taarana. What's that all about? Well, Datin, you're in the house to tell us a little bit more about that. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me in your show. RYTHM Foundation is the social impact initiative of QI. So when the company was founded in '98, the founders decided that whatever little money was put aside to do social work and to empower communities, that we are doing business. So our mindset was there from day one. So obviously that it did not have a structure. You know, when you start, you just want to do something. It always starts as philanthropy, and you want to give here, you want to give there, and you know, that's how we started. And the foundation itself was formed in 2005, and it was called RYTHM, which is the acronym for Raise Yourself to Help Mankind.
That's right, Raise Yourself to Help Mankind. Of course, RYTHM is also QI's corporate heartbeat, you say.
Yes.
It's at the center of all the work that you do. Of course, many outreach programs, and you have a huge agenda as well.
Yes.
Do tell us how, you know, it initially kicked off and where we are today.
Oh, wow. We've come a long way from 2005. When we started, it was just scholarship programs, and we got involved in disaster relief. And every year, it's, I think change is inevitable. And I think we have to embrace change, because otherwise I believe we can't move forward. So we started sitting back and thinking, okay, we want to do this better. So every year we started looking at what's the needs of the community and the society is. And there was born Taarana, a school for children with special needs. Now, why Taarana? Because, you know, according to the UNICEF report, it says there's 93 million children with special needs, and you know, and there could be more. And they are the most marginalized and excluded group in society, and they are also discriminated on a daily basis, and you know, not having with negative attitudes, and not having the lack of legislations and you know policies to guide them. So we realized this was a need that in the community, and so in 2011 was born Taarana, a school for children with special needs, and we have individualized learning program for these children, because it's according to their requirement of what because they have distinctive, yes, it's distinctive, very distinct requirement for each child, and so you have to do a diagnosis and say how will their development be. And so we structure it according to what's needed. So today we have 42 children between the ages of 4 to 16. And so we have speech therapy, they have, you know, cooking classes, they have yoga, music. Basically all of this is because special need children are born with either syndrome, or they have very severe cognitive impairments. That's right, developmental delays, and sometimes even you know, they have ADD, you know, attention deficiency, and things
sometimes
like
a couple of things at once as well.
Yeah, sometimes one, you know, and sometimes we don't even know. Even doctors can't diagnose what it is, because that is the concern. So for us, Taarana is also creating awareness in the society.
Exactly. So in addition to these all close to 50 children who you already have within Taarana, now another very interesting part of the programs that you conduct is also that you focus on gender equality. Now, how do you actually bring about the sensitization so early? And in general, the layman public may have the viewpoint that, all right, these children are already disabled, cognitively and otherwise. Now, why the need to also sensitize them to gender equality? We'd like to hear your piece.
Okay, so we don't bring that into Taarana, because Taarana is of unlocking the potential of the kids with special needs. So there is no gender because it's boy or girl. They are given the equal opportunity for them. If they can, if we can, because if you catch them early and you give them, they are given all you equip them to deal with academically, emotionally, and socially, and even sometimes health issues. They can actually become a contributing member of the society. Now, our gender equality is another program that we started in 2010 called Maharani.
Which
I
means
feel,
queen, of course.
Yes. For me, I feel that girls and boys are equally born strong, and you have no inhibitions when you're born. You're given the equal right, but the society restricts you and tells you, and draws the line, and so you inevitably start putting the walls around you, and so we help these girls bring out the potential in them, because I believe girls are born strong and they should stay strong. So we go into marginalized communities, because that's where the stigma is. They basically feel their self-esteem is very low, and they feel that they get caught in that vicious cycle.
That's right.
And they feel that they don't have a way to come out.
So for this project, there is a learning lab. So what happens
Yes.
at the learning lab?
Yeah, so we started with the camps in 2010, and we realized that because for the foundation now, it's all about impact.
Right.
So how do we impact communities? How do we impact these girls? And how do we see results? Because you can't just do a camp and get away. So we established the first Maharani Learning Lab in Sungai Siput,
And of course,
we
we're playing a couple of visuals in the background which actually illustrate what happens on the ground at the grassroots level.
Yes. So we have about, right now, there are about 500 girls go through academic classes. They have vocational skills. And we've done an impact study, and it's basically surprising, but they feel like it's a safe haven for them.
Right. Safe space for the community.
Safe
So
space
this
for
is
them.
outside of their regular schooling hours as well, right? So definitely empowering. Also very recently an MOU with YWCA.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're quite excited because we do want to move forward, because we realize we as an organization by ourselves, we won't be able to do, we need to partner with, other organizations in order for this to flourish and move forward. So we actually even want to take this program into Sabah and Sarawak. And so our first step is towards that. So we partnered with YWCA, and then we have a blueprint. So we've given them the blueprint, so they have kind of a structure that they can follow. So we do TOT, Train the Trainers program, and so we tell them the do's and the don'ts, and what needs to be done. So we work hand in hand with them. Now, what I would like to see is for Maharani to become as part of the curriculum in school.
Right. And how would you like to envision that as rolling out from a day-to-day for all national level schools?
Yeah, all schools. So to see, because for me, I feel that, why restrict half the population?
That's right. When
Because
they make up half the sky.
when you can, if the whole 100% of the population is working together and you wake them up, there's endless possibilities for it.
Absolutely.
So, and we have to, because people keep talking about why do you need to empower women? Why? I mean, why can't? I mean, they're given the equal
boys,
rights,
for
and
example?
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like
What's
it's
your comeback to
there.
that?
It's there. So we talk about but that's been the society. I mean, there's been a cultural shift in the last 30 years,
Sure.
but that's not enough,
Yeah.
because there's still restrictions. If you go to the rural areas,
That's right.
nothing has changed. It's still the same. So we want to impact change.
At the grassroots level.
At the
most
grassroots level.
importantly.
Yes. So when we're also speaking about positivity, though,
Yes.
what do you feel ultimately is going to keep the ball rolling and keep the world positive? Big question, I know.
Yes. Well, that's very subjective, right? I mean, it's individuals' opinions and what I feel. I strongly believe that every individual, it comes from every one of us. because I think when we talk to children and we say study hard and we say work hard to people who are working with you, I would like to say study, you know, I've heard this word saying, why don't we tell them study joyfully and work lovingly, you know.
Right.
So in our organization,
approach,
yes. So I think the only way to keep the world positive is for us, every individual, to become positive and stop going after the things that, you know, don't have, and appreciate the things that you have, because we forget what we have and we go after things that really doesn't make a difference in our life. So
sometimes we forget what we're chasing.
Exactly.
And we're like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
And
we
you start
forget
to compare with people as well, and think, you know. So I think change begins in each and every one of us.
That's right. So of course through Maharani, through RYTHM Foundation, and of course through Taarana as well, you've definitely been bringing the focus back on positivity, on girls. We wish you all the best, Datin.
Thank you so much.
And is there anywhere that, you know, those interested audience members who've been watching can follow along for RYTHM Foundation's journey? Is it online? Are you active?
Yes, online. You can go into rhythmfoundation.org. So you can see all the work, because we are all over the world. We are in Africa. We are educating girls in Africa, and we build schools in Cambodia and in Laos and Myanmar, and we built computer labs, and we are empowering girls in Indonesia, and you know, so we are all over the world.
Wonderful.
And what we want to see is a positive change that happens, and we would like to see more private sector come forward and work with government organizations, because you know the legislations and laws come from the government.
That's right.
But the
so
government
thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Umayal Eswaran. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We end today's edition of Bernama Today. We'll see you again.
See you next time. And remember, keep positive. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.